Goddesses, welcome to this week's intuitive guidance for week of 29th of January 2024. There is no additional or new guidance for the week ahead because we had such a thorough reading from last Thursday's full moon. So I've been sat here with my spirit guide, the Hawk, and I am getting very clear messages now about channeling more ancient wisdom. So I asked, what more did you all and I need to know this week that we could highlight from the full moon reading that would help us for the week ahead? And it was about this New World movement. So the intuitive elements part of the Reclaim Your Intuition is about the macro things of our earthly planet. It's, about commerce and planning and all those kind of things that we have to deal with that don't always feel spiritual. And the New World movement is about a more matriarchal society that has dominance is the word that comes, and I am recoiling from the word dominance, but dominance is the word that's given to me. And dominance in terms of it supersedes and overtakes a patriarchal structure. So the New World movement is a more matriarchal based structure with compassion and people at the centre and at the heart of things. And that will allow us to have, a better world, better lives, more peaceful lives. So when I asked what particularly it was about this that we could focus in on this week, the question is, how do you feel about your place in the world? Do you feel you have a clear purpose, you know what you're doing and you get on with things? And maybe it's just that you want to kind of feel more spiritually in doing those things because there's so many distractions from the outer world. And I think of Fiona. Fiona has a tremendous purpose. I call her the horse whisperer to all my friends. Fiona on the farm is how she's known. And the horse whisperer, she deals with the most difficult horses that no one else will touch. She has a gift and a purpose. And there is a place in the world there. Claire, with your digital media as well, that's a purpose that you have to help people shine online and show their best selves. And those are just two examples that come to mind, and each of you have your own example. But how do you feel about your place in the world? Do you feel that you are part of the patriarchal society still, or that there are still some parts of you that are operating within a patriarchal structure because that's how you have to respond to the outside world? And how would you feel about responding differently? And maybe you have your place, maybe you are operating from this place of, matriarchal integrity, for want of a better word. And I don't mean matriarchal in terms of a mother, because I'm not a mother, but I'm still a matriarch. I'm a grandma matriarch at this point in my life, because I have great nieces, great bonus nieces as I call them, my step family. I am a great aunt. Just because someone has not physically had children, they still have a maternal instinct within them. And anybody, including men, can have this maternal instinct because the maternal instinct is what we call the compassion and the love first and foremost. So your place in the world and how you are in terms of being intuitive, spiritual, compassionate, loving, however you want to frame it for yourself, you get the gist of it, but however you want to frame it for yourself, how do you feel about it right now? And it's for you to consider this week, not to make any changes. It's not about changing. It's just about understanding where you are at this point in time. And as I'm talking, what's coming in is it feels like this is something that we'll explore more perhaps in the development circle this month in February, about our place in the world and where we are and how do we be intuitive and spiritual when people around us are not. And how can we do it in a way that has gravitas? So I guess that's the question, when you operate that way, do you feel vulnerable? Do you feel people are not taking you seriously? Do you feel as if it doesn't have value, or that other people don't have value it, or that other people don't value the way you are? Or do you find that the more you embrace it and the more you take a step back and listen and respond compassionately rather than with conflict, that actually it gives you more gravitas and more people are listening to you. Only you know the answer for you. So if you have some time this week, let that roll around your heart, mind, body, soul. Let it roll around you and just see how it is you feel about having that spiritual, soulful, intuitive, however you want to call it, life. And how much of it are you bringing to all areas of your life, and how do you feel about it? Do you feel pretty good? Do you feel pretty good but there's some vulnerability? Or can you only do it when you're in the circle with all of those, or you can only do it with certain friends because it's too difficult to do it with the outside world? There's no right or wrong, and there's absolutely no judgment whatsoever. It's about understanding. So that's something additional to the full moon reading to focus on for this week. And knowing that is going to stand us in good stead for the future, for when changes start to happen. So it's just a quick reminder for the full moon reading this week. We had collective empowerment, and it's a reminder that we're not doing this on their own. There's women all over the world wanting the same change that we are. We do it with heart, and we're operating from our hearts. We're aware of the collective unconsciousness, the vibrations that we have that go out into the world, and we try and keep those vibrations as clean and clear as we can. Doesn't mean we have to be positive all the time. We're allowed to be scared and fearful and all that kind of thing. But when we do, we notice it, we acknowledge it, and if we can, we choose to change our vibrational frequency and the New World Movement. And all of that was about how we maintain and being in the light this week. And then the questions about how do we maintain our flow, what opportunity, things that may not seem like an opportunity may be. Listen to the higher self. So when you're asking yourself how you feel about, where you are in terms of living spiritually and intuitively, the answer wants to come from that place and also from your soul, so you can be more soulful this moon cycle. If you're struggling with any of that, because it was a deep and meaningful week with the full moon reading, get in touch, have a chat with me, let me know. Don't kind of struggle through it on your own. And if you need to talk anything through, you know where I am. Wishing you a wonderful week. Last week of January, we're heading to February this week. And our next circle is the new moon on Friday, the 9th of February. And I will see you then. Take care. Bye.